Good morning, PBMA community. This is Alberto Medina for the Wave Makers, bringing you closer to the action and stories happening within our school community. Today, we have this dynamic duo leading our PBMA student community, Oscar and Brandon. They'll be discussing their vision for the student body, their experiences as leaders so far, and their plans for the future. Let's dive right in and explore what makes these student leaders tick. Here's Zoe for the Meet the Student Leader update.
Thank you, Alberto. Hello, Sharks. Hello, PBMA community. We're joined here today by this dynamic duo who serve as leaders and inspiration to the whole PBMA student community. Please kindly tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, I'm Brandon Nagasar, and I'm the senior class president of the year 2025 to 2026.
And I'm Oscar de la Cruz, his vice president.
How do you feel about being the student voices of our school?
Well, it honestly feels great to be the epitome of the student voice at PBMA. We feel great to represent the student body as a whole.
Yeah, it feels great being an outlet for our peers, how we can kind of connect the admins to our peers and bring forth ideas that we can, in the future, administer or implement.
How do you plan to represent the diverse interests and concerns of the student body?
So, in terms of how we plan to do it, we plan to hold many meetings throughout the year with our wonderful administrators such as Mr. Roseme, Ms. Shore, Mr. Perry, etc. And we plan to hear out all of the cabinet members, what they have to say. And of course, the cabinet members are going to be listening to all their friends around the campus. And then eventually that voice will be brought up to us, the president and vice president. And we could look to talk to the administrators about that and see where those plans could go in the future.
How do you plan to stay connected with students, teachers, and administrators?
So we've got lots of ideas of how we're gonna do that. First being talking with like Miss Short, our advisor, and Mr. Perry, our principal. On very often. We've got many ideas that we're gonna be discussing with them, and that's kind of just how we're gonna do it. Just keep it between them and also with the students. Just kind of let everyone and make everyone aware of everything. Keep everyone in the know.
What initiatives or projects do you plan to implement or continue during your term as president and vice president? Are there any new ideas or programs you'd like to introduce this year?
So in terms of programs that we are planning to continue, we're definitely going to continue the dress down days on Fridays. I feel like that's a great way for us, the senior class, to generate funds throughout the year. And then during holiday seasons, we might do the grams, the holiday grams, like Valentine's Day grams, Halloween grams, Christmas grams, any big holiday you could think of. And then in terms of other ways we could generate funds for us to use throughout the year and do more fun, exciting events, I guess you'll just have to, wait and see when that time comes. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, we've got lots of ideas that we're just still discussing, still going over. Um, but until we get like clarification of when we can implement these things, not everyone's gonna be totally aware of everything because we don't know ourselves. So you'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully, you're understanding of that.
What is your vision for the student government and how do you plan to achieve it?
Well, you see, we're gonna hold many meetings with these admins that we've mentioned in the other questions, and we just want to be the perfect voice for all the students to these admins. How we can bring forth new ideas, how we can really just make the school year a very meaningful and pleasurable one. Lots of events, lots of ideas that we have. We're just gonna be a great voice for everyone. Anything you want to add?
Yeah. We definitely will be listening to every idea and everyone's voice. Everyone has a voice, of course. But will all of these ideas make it through to for us to do them? I couldn't guarantee that because, of course, we needed permission from our wonderful admin here at PBMA. But then again, we are listening to everybody's opinions, everyone's ideas, and seeing where we could go from there.
Thank you so much, Brennan and Oscar. That's it for our Meet Our Student Leaders update. Now to you, Marissa.
The start of the school year always brings fresh opportunities for students to get involved in their athletics, and this fall, PBMA opens its doors to young athletes eager to showcase their talents. Middle school tryouts for girls basketball, boys soccer, and cheerleading took place from August 19th to the 21st, 2025, after school until 5 p.m. Girls basketball tryouts took place on the school court with Coach Lefebvre focusing on shooting, defense, teamwork, and hustle. Over at Dr. Ben's field, Coach Storkel and Mr. Jacks led boys soccer tryouts, testing players on ball control, passing, stamina, and communications. Meanwhile, in the cafeteria, Miss Davis guides cheerleading hopefuls through chants, motions, and jumps, emphasizing spirit, safety, and leadership. Participating in these tryouts offers more than just a chance to make a team. It gives students the opportunity to challenge themselves, gain confidence, and build lasting friendships. By the end of the week, PBMA will not only have its roster for basketball, soccer, and cheerleading, but will also have a group of students who are learning what it means to dedicate themselves to teamwork, perseverance, and PBMA pride.
Thank you, Marissa. Sharks, always remember to reflect our shark mentality by being safe, respectful, and responsible. Again, this is Alberto Medina for the Wave Makers.